Hey, Sammy-doo! Coming to you live from Precious World Mobile Studios. Getting ready to drop another golden nugget. Again. Hey, I want to talk to you on the subject of testimonials. Testimonials don't transfer. I had a mentee ask me, Sam, you should make some testimonial videos with some of your mentees that are getting deals, and you know that would help with marketing and all of that. And I said, well, first of all, I'm still doing my business, so I'm not trying to build some major education platform. I'm just trying to help a few folks out, first of all. But secondly, I said, well, testimonials don't transfer. Somebody else's success does not mean your success. On the same token, somebody else's failure does not mean your failure. And I'll explain to you why in just a second. But for right now, if you are struggling to get your real estate investing business off the ground, if you hadn't gotten a deal, or maybe you've only gotten one deal or two deals because you're kind of winging it, but don't really have any good sound structure as to what you're doing, you're still searching YouTube and exploring all the different channels, or what I would call all the different shiny objects about wholesaling, wasting a lot of time, kicking a lot of tires. You don't know this because you feel good doing it, but it's not getting you anywhere. This is the channel that you really want to subscribe to. This channel is all about coaching and mentorship, talking about the golden nuggets, the nuances that you don't get in the classroom, that you don't get off of YouTube. The only things you really get from those areas is just a little bit of an idea of how the industry works. But it's not enough to make you successful. Even if you spent $20, $30, or $40 or $50,000 to go to those seminars, they really hype you up with a bunch of feel-good type messages, how you can get wealthy, how you can do things without any money, how many people are being successful, how the top 1% of America is always in real estate, how they can help you by showing you how to do it in that seminar. And a lot of that is just a bunch of hype because they're trying to get your money. Real estate education, that business, that industry is actually bigger than the real estate arena itself. So just kind of keep that in mind while you're surfing and looking at all these different videos. I mean, there's so many different investment strategies out there. All of them sound good. All of them are pretty good and decent, but you're not going to be able to do and master them all. But because you haven't heard of it, it's the next shiny object, so you're chasing after it, and you're just losing a lot of time, wasting a lot of time, not getting your business going anywhere. So also, before I get into the rest of my topic, in the description link below, somewhere around this video, you should see a link, Real Estate Wholesale Helpline. Feel free to click that link and book a 30-minute free consult with me, and we can kind of talk about what kinds of things you might need to do to get your business off the ground. One thing I'm gonna definitely tell you is you need a mentor. This business does not produce successful, wealthy investors without a mentor, period. You're not gonna wing it. You're not gonna fake yourself to it. What you could do is find yourself in a bunch of trouble because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know the details. I've already had to clean up some things with a couple of my mentees recently with some bad contracts that they've written. So listen, get you some help if you don't have help. But let me continue on this golden nugget about testimonials do not transfer. You know, a lot of these gurus are having who they might say their students are, and I know in some cases some of them are just actors, but there are some of them that may be legitimate students. I'm gonna give them some credit. They have mentorship and all of that, where they're talking about, you know, their successes and all that. And I'm not totally against it. It's not a priority for me to do. I might still do that, you know, if I do make the time for it or whatever. But I just want to tell you, my success, and I do have successes, of course, is not going to transfer to you being successful. My failures, and I have some failures, are not going to transfer to you being, having those failures. And more importantly, we already know, statistically speaking, that 95% of folks that gets or the inquiry of getting into real estate investing and wholesaling, all that, fail to get off the ground. We already have those stats. It's been proven time after time after time. There's another 3% that might get lucky and get maybe a deal or two, but they tend to fade out. Typically, it's only about 1% of folks that kind of get into this business that actually have success. And those 1%ers also have mentors. The Trumps of the world, the Warren Buffetts of the world, the Dingy Rossiosi's. There's all kind of them out there that are, wealthy and have mentors and, was smart about getting their business off the ground while everybody else around them failed. Now, let's also talk about this, because with my group of mentees that I have and that I've had, I don't necessarily tend to want to mix and mingle them together. Why? Because each one of them are different. Everybody is different. We have 7 billion people on this planet, and I'm going to tell you, everybody's different. As different as the fingerprint on your finger. And because of that, it is my goal to identify those weaknesses and those strengths to get you pushed forward into making your business successful. But I have to do that on an individual basis because everybody is different. Let me tell you, everybody can't be a cop. Why? Well, some people can't stand the smell of a dead body. That smell, that type of smell when you walk into a place and there is a body that's decomposing. Some people can't stand the sight of that because it's disgusting. Everybody can't be a phlebotomist because some people can't stand the sight of blood. There are just certain things that everybody just can't do. And I'm going to tell you, real estate is one of them. Everybody can't handle the emotional roller coaster of a deal that may go through and then don't go through, and then might go through and then don't go through. I might have a contract, then it's not a contract. And you're waiting on this money because your entire family is dependent on you to make this happen. Not everybody can handle that type of emotional stress roller coaster. Not everybody is cut out for the real estate investing business. Some folks are not necessarily all that great with numbers. This business is a numbers business. If you don't know math, you don't know financials, don't think you're going to fake your way to being wealthy. Wealthy people are not stupid when it comes to their money and financials. If you think that that, oh, this house will look beautiful once you're done with it, doesn't mean it's going to be profitable just because it looks beautiful to you. Are you doing the right things with the property? What you're thinking is beautiful may not be worth it in the area that you want to do it in. You may not get your money back. And just those types of things makes a difference as to folks that are successful or not. So our testimonials do not transfer between folks. I believe that folks are going to either be successful on their own with a little help, or they're going to fail on their own, because work ethic and core competency, the skill set of being able to learn how to negotiate and analyze, the skill set to be able to know how to follow up on something all the way through. You're not going to be able to touch it once and it's done in this business. You have to know how to follow through. If you don't have a skill set and an organized way of following through, you're not going to be successful. Is it something that you could possibly learn? Yes, but I can tell you, when I worked in the corporate world with 5,000 folks under my purview, not everybody had all the same type of skill sets to be in all the different roles that were under my purview. You learn as an overseer to match people with the right descriptions and skill sets in order to get the task done. And so I tell you that I don't concern myself with testimonials. I know a lot of these gurus be putting testimonials out there, and it's all again designed to get your dopamine in your brain, making you feel good. It's like eating chocolate. They're putting all these testimonials out there about all these other students, and I was one of them to say, well, if they can do it, I can too. I fell for the banana in the tailpipe like that. But again, I also knew what my skill sets were, and that what I could also learn as well. And so I dove in, all in, and I also did get a mentor, and I'm 100+ transactions later, over $500,000 of gross revenue that has been generated later. So I want to just let you know that, and I was talking about I don't like mixing my current group of mentees because they are all different. They're all in different places in their life with different skill sets in themselves. And it's, as a coach, I try to identify what those skill sets are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and I try to play to their strengths and find ways that their weaknesses can be covered if not developed. And based off of that, we either have successes or we don't, because not everybody's cut for it. And if someone was a mentor of mine and they are not successful, it doesn't make me not successful. I'm still doing deals. It didn't take away any of the deals that I've already done. And the mentees that actually know that's actually worked with me, they get plenty of time from me. They don't get a salesperson or some fill-in person. They get me, Sammy-doo, in their ear on a video chat, and in some cases in person. They get me. So I know what I can do in the business because I've done it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you can. And yes, have there's been some that have kind of fallen to the wayside because the work's too hard. They don't really get the grind. They may not have the passion to do the work, the dirty work that is necessary, of course. But are there some successes where we were able to split a $25,000 check or $15,000 check or $40,000 check? Yes, of course. But it doesn't mean that will happen for you. The only thing I can guarantee you is if you have accepted me as a mentor, I'm going to push you and I'm going to mentor you, but it'll still be up to you to kind of follow through. And I will guarantee you that you will get me and not some guru or whatnot. But as far as, posting a lot of testimonials about all the successful folks that I've helped or that other people has done and all this stuff, that's just not my thing. I might do it at some point. I've got some, but I'm not really, that's not my focus. And I want to make sure I have this video as record that testimonials do not transfer. I don't want talking to other students and they give me all the failed experiences that they've had and can't seem to get it right, and now they've done spread that information to like cancer to those that are actually doing what needs to happen. Some might say, well, I just need to see somebody else do it so I can do it. That's not the way this business works. Maybe in kickball or something, throwing a football or something. But not in this business. It doesn't work that way. This is a business. It's not a hobby. It's not a nice thing to do on the side. You know. So, yeah, you're not going to be able to watch somebody else do it, and then that makes you want to do it. By the way, there's a lot of folks out there doing that now, and this is why they're able to get people to pay them $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, etc. So if you got that kind of money and you want to spend that kind of money with them because that makes you feel good, you know, that's you and your money. I'm not going to get in the middle of that. But if you really are serious about getting the business going, I would encourage you, for one, hold on to your money, slow down, reach out, real estate wholesale helpline, get an appointment, and let's really talk about how you need to move forward with your business, and you can kind of decide if you're going to execute or not. So with that being said, I do have, you know, at least time of this video, a little bit space left to take on, you know, maybe a couple more. So I'm not sure. I know I am kind of feeling it right now, but you know, that can change. Who knows? But feel free to reach out, and we can have that discussion and talk about how to make you successful. Also, subscribe to this channel, because this channel is again about coaching and mentorship, dropping golden nuggets that you just won't get on YouTube, and you just won't get just by trying to wing it, because you really don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, and you will only know because somebody else that do know have told you. Wholesaling is one of those examples. You only heard about it because somebody told you. You heard about it because it's big on social media right now. But wholesaling's been going on for generations. Generations and generations. So just kind of keep that in mind, and be wise, reach out, get some help, and that will shorten your learning curve and get you to success much quicker if you've got what it takes. Until then, I'll see you at the top, because the bottom sure is crowded.